is it? Who's there?
The defense systems have been activated! Hurry, get out of here!
Calm down, it's okay.
Now! Do I need to remove you by force?
Okay, here I am. Accessing the facility's database. Chris, get ready for the data download.
Greetings YouTube, I'm Evening, and I'm here to talk about games you probably never heard about. Today, I want to ask and answer one simple question. Should you play Burning Rangers? Let's begin with what even is Burning Rangers? The game's concept is very simple. What if, rather than shooting people and blowing stuff up, you are the savior? From this, the idea naturally flowed into becoming a game about someone whose whole goal is to save people, a firefighter. But these ain't your average firefighters. They are from the future, where everyone is a gymnast with a jetpack and an extinguisher gun. These radical firefighters were created by the Sonic team and released in 1998 for the Sega Saturn. Burning Rangers was one of the 5 last games for the console released in America. As such, it didn't get the marketing it deserved, even though it's considered to be some of the best the console has to offer. Game is a beauty. Every level is so vibrant. The game has no fear in using colors, especially in the lighting. By design, a lot of the game will be bathed in red, since flames of hell all around and all, but once you clear the flames, what remains are rooms glowing in greens, purples and blues, which are such great contrast to the raging flames. Another good contrast are the underwater parts, which just sparkle. Some later areas in the game also get very out of this world with how the levels look, but one thing is for sure, the visuals never get boring. Majority of the time, there is no music. You only hear the flames in the distance and the sound of your feet hitting the floor. It's quite a vibe. It really makes you feel like the situation you are in is quite severe. Lives are at stake. What is to keep you company isn't music, but great voice acting. Some of it comes from the main character you pick, of which you can choose either Show or Tilly. I chose Tilly. But the main voice acting actually comes from your navigator, who is with you all the way through, helping you get around the maze that is a burning building. It acts like a helpful GPS. But don't misunderstand me. There is still music, mainly during the boss fights. It's great action music, but the highlight is the title theme. It's so good. I have been singing it non-stop ever since first playing the game. It's just the perfect song to get stuck in your brain and never go away.
One thing we know, they always with us fighting for danger. They will never let you down. Don't you lose your hopes now.
The gameplay loop is quite simple. You traverse a burning building shooting fires and saving trapped people. Sometimes, for story reasons, you also shoot robots and such. But how does one do all this? First, and most importantly, we need to talk about movement. Of course, the simple, your bog standard character controlling comes from using the D-pad. Quite self-explanatory, I assume. The problem is the camera. You control the camera with the help of the triggers. Pressing left trigger turns the camera left, and pressing the right one turns it right. Understandable. Sounds okay. Except, there's a little caveat to the camera move. The camera moves only in 90-degree increments, which works fine when you're running down a corridor and need to do a sharp turn, which admittedly is majority of the game. But there are times when you are in a more open area where this strong camera turn can feel a bit jarring, and it does make you feel like you don't have that much control. As bad as it sounds on paper, for the most part, it ain't that much of a problem, as your camera does tend to follow behind you. Now the shooting. Even though mechanically, shooting is simple. Pressing the shoot button shoots your gun, holding the shoot button charges your gun and lets out a massive charged shot. The gameplay aspects of shooting are a little more complex. What you shoot are fires. Shooting the fire makes it drop crystals as it gets put out. But if you choose to use a charged shot on a fire, the fire gets put out instantly, but you get no crystals. Since I brought it up, what even are crystals? Quite fitting for the Sonic team, crystals are like rings in Sonic. When you have some crystals in your inventory, you also have a shield. But the moment you take damage without any crystals present, you just die. Another use for crystals is using them up for saving hostages. If you have a big enough number of crystals, as you save a person, you also get a little reward, an extra life. Now, jumping. While you do have a separate jump button, walking off ledges alone makes you auto jump. This is a big double-edged sword, as on the one hand, it's great for general movement around the level. On the other hand, it did make me wanna rip my hairs out as Tilly kept randomly jumping during hard to navigate small ledges. Now your own jump button has some quirks. It ain't only a jump button, but also a double jump and even a little boost as well. You can cover a surprisingly large distance with your jumps. Another little aspect the game has is that sometimes when you're traversing the burning rooms, you get this little sound, just a little tee 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 tee, something along those lines. And at that moment, you have to quickly press the pad down and the jump button to do a backflip, which is gonna save you from an explosive that's about to happen. It's almost like a firefighter spider sense you got there. The game is quite short, only 4 levels, but they all are quite different, especially in their boss fights. Surprisingly, the boss fights might be my favorite part of the game. Fundamentally, they are quite simple, a lot of times involving only shooting a specific part of an enemy, but they are fantastic boss fights as they really test you on your skills. While the first battles might be easy, level 4 boss was quite challenging as it really required you to be at your best and for you to have mastered a lot of the game's mechanics, specifically your movement. Now, since the game is short, let's talk replayability. Firstly, the game features this quirky little system where every single person you save sends you an email, thanking you for the rescue and attaching a photo of themselves. Cute! A goal of yours can be to save every single person possible to get every single piece of mail. After you achieve your dreams of being a postman, every level has a ranking system which inherently gives you replayability, as it is designed to make you want to achieve a better rank. Also, since there are 2 main characters, it can be fun to replay the level as the other person. Once you complete the game, another feature unlocks: passwords. This gives you the ability to play the first 3 levels as any member of the Burning Rangers. Yes, you heard me right. You can control Big Landman. Oh my god, my dreams are finally fulfilled. During these missions, there is no navigator, just the Burning Rangers theme playing constantly. Story is a weird aspect. It feels like it doesn't exist until the last level suddenly drops you a world-ending threat filled with cryo-freezing, incurable diseases, and AI human clones. Before, you would save a dolphin and have a fun swimming session with it, and now, you are saving the entire Earth. It just kinda didn't feel coherent. Maybe I missed something, I don't know, but it just kinda felt out of nowhere. What is good, however, are your buddies. Your Burning Ranger comrades are just perfect. They don't have that much screen time, but even with limited time, they captured my heart. It is mostly my boy Big Landman. Oh, I love you. And our navigator Chris, of course. But they all seem like they care, and that was enough. What especially helped were the anime cutscenes. They are great. So, to answer the question, should you play Burning Rangers? Yes, I believe you should. Even if it has some little problems here and there, it is still a wonderful Sega Saturn game with a unique gameplay and a beautiful art style. And of course, the greatest theme music of all that you will be singing non-stop. Thanks for watching, greatly appreciated. Check out my other Should You Play videos, or check out my other channel, Evening Man, for longer, more in-depth videos on games you probably never heard about. If you like what you see, drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next upload. See you next time. I've been Evening, and this has been Burning Ranger.
What is it? I feel like I'm being sucked in. I'm here to save you.